Welcome on board of the Vagabond's adventure. Today we are heading to Manila, the capital city of the Philippines, which is known as one of the most densely populated places on the planet. We'll walk through the old center of Manila, take a look at local slums, and also explore the more modern districts of the city to see what life is like in one of the most overcrowded cities in the world. I'm going to explore the capital city of the Philippines, the city of Manila, and its metro area, which is known to be one of the most densely populated parts of the world. Even though the population of just Manila is around 2 million people, the agglomeration, the so-called metro area of Manila, total population of this metro area is around 12 million people. Even though the official language of the Philippines is Tagalog, English is so widely spoken here. That's why you can see English-speaking signs pretty much everywhere. But also some people speak English here on regular basis, so if you speak it, you will not get lost here. One of the features of the Philippines is heavy traffic, so sometimes you just have to be brave enough to make the first step on the road to cross it. Walking around Manila, you can frequently see the so-called tricycles, so basically motorbikes with additional cage for a passenger, like this. Also, walking around Manila, you should be careful with all of these cables and wires, which you can easily hit and don't even notice it. And the thing is that many of them seem to have this kind of exits which are not protected, so it's easy to accidentally touch it. So to get to Manila, which is basically the central part of Manila, I'm about to take public transportation, specifically local MRT, so mass rapid transit system, which is basically like a local subway, but in the reality it's not exactly the subway because of the rolling stock which they use here. Look, these are effectively trams. So trains in this MRT system consist of 3 units of trams. Seeing these kind of sceneries is a nice motivation for people to use public transportation, especially light rail system or mass rapid transit, because when you take trains you don't stay in these traffic jams. So this subway system works till 10 p.m. The fare price is also cheap, so they have flexible price actually of the ticket starting from 13. Oh, it's not allowed to film here. Well, I'm actually slightly surprised by the fact that it's not allowed to film here. But anyway, so we are currently on the station of local subway, going to take 2 trains to the central part of Manila. This is how the single ticket looks. Just like one-time card, which you can use only once to get to the subway. Yeah, and there it is. This is the local subway train. So it still would be more correct to call it just like the high-speed tram. Okay, I've just got to the terminal station of the yellow MRT line. Here I need to change to green line to eventually get to the city center. Every single subway station in Manila seems to have a guard who is responsible for boarding and unboarding of passengers. So he or she basically regulates the whole process. The situation with electric infrastructure in Manila is just crazy. You can see it in many places in Asia, so it shouldn't be surprising. Somehow it just happened to be the first place where I witnessed all of these incredibly chaotic electricity junctions. Oh, by the way, just below the subway station are legendary jeepneys. One of the most iconic symbols of the Philippines is the jeepney, a vibrant and colorful form of public transport. The history of the jeepney dates back to the aftermath of World War II, when the United States left behind surplus military jeeps. Filipinos repurposed these jeeps by extending the chassis and adding side-facing seats to create a unique, affordable way to get around. Over time, jeepneys became an essential part of Filipino life, known for their distinct designs and bright colors. Well, the streets of Manila seem to be quite busy. There is a heavy traffic and you have to wait for more than a minute. Normally like 1.5 minutes to cross the street. So there are all kinds of vehicles which can only be seen in the city, like bicycles, tricycles, tuk-tuks, just buses, jeepneys. So I'm currently on the way to the National, I don't know, it's like National Museum or National Gallery of Manila, just passing by random streets.
where you can probably buy everything, starting from some groceries up to clothes, some electronic devices. That's what I was looking for. National Museum of Natural History, the corner of peace in hustling and bustling metropolitan area of Manila.
The National Museum of Natural History in Manila actually showcases the Philippines' biodiversity. Inside, you'll find exhibits on prehistoric fossils, unique ecosystems, and the country's geological wonders. The museum's highlight happens to be Tree of Life, a glass-domed structure at its center.
The old town of Manila also seems to be free of hassle. Here we can just enjoy colonial architecture. The Philippines were colonized by Spain. At some point they were also colonized by America, as far as I know. So that's why we can enjoy some European looking architecture. Yeah, actually some examples of architecture in the old town of Manila are very attractive. They organize tours around the old town for just, I think, for something around 10 or 15 bucks. So you can just take an electric vehicle and just drive around all of these places within maybe 1 hour. Yeah, people in the Philippines are primarily Catholics. That's why here we can find some decent Catholic churches basically. There is the one in the very old town of Manila, and it looks as enjoyable as any Catholic church in Europe, for example. A remarkable part of historical heritage of the Philippines is Santiago Fortress in Manila, which was constructed in 16th century by Spaniards, so by Spanish colonizers of this territory, and it served as military facility for Spanish army for few centuries actually, until this territory happened to be colonized by Americans. So from 1888 up to 1942, this fortress was basically the American military base, and then in times of the Second World War it was occupied by Japanese forces, and then after that, after the end of the Second World War, it just became the historical heritage here in Philippines. I tried to visit KFC, McDonald's and things like that in different countries to try some local specialties, and I must admit that in Philippines, in KFC, there is a lot of unique things. So for example, look, mushroom soup, macaroni salad, like what's this? It's mushroom soup for $1. They also have a variety of desserts, as I can see. So there is a part of my order. I have already finished twister, which as I initially expected is going to be a regular twister, but this one happened to be interesting because it had some canned pineapple. This is mushroom soup and kind of the iced tea with no sugar. Okay, this happened to be smashed potato in like a mushroom sauce. And there is also some chicken with corn. So actually very nice cuisine, I like it. Currently I'm walking along the seaport of Manila. So we are already entering kind of the industrial area. What can I tell you guys actually is that Manila, like I've never experienced this before in any other city. So the smell of urine is literally everywhere here. It feels like people just pissing around like randomly. So we just entered the street, on both sides of which there are different kinds of like small businesses, and yeah, that's actually the sewerage. So you must be very careful while walking here not to step there. People also live here in this kind of sheds, so they maintain their small businesses such as food selling, for example, small cafes, maybe grocery stores. Well, I've just entered a random district on the outskirts of Philippines, which is situated, I would say, behind, like beyond the seaport. Just its ordinary street. You get some fresh juice here, some more beverages. Some people sell kind of chicken, fried chicken, some other cuisines. There are basically some accessories, some pretty much random things. So life is going on here as well. Yeah, there is a huge parking for this kind of tricycles. You see, all of them have numbers, so you can easily identify it. So yeah, I've just ordered the bike taxi, just waiting for it, and yeah, hopefully we'll go to the next place. Something is going on here in Manila. It looks a bit like a wedding. What's going on, sir? Is it a wedding? 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 Ah, okay. Apparently someone has just got married or not. Well, it doesn't look like funeral, so... Or is it? I have no idea what's going on. Could be the funeral. So we are currently in Tondo neighborhood of Manila, and occasionally you can still find slum areas here like this. So it's basically, again, houses made of completely random things where people still live in fairly bad conditions. So this is one of the rivers, or maybe just like the creek here in Tondo, not so far from the MRT or LRT line. Yeah, and as you can see, pollution here is it's severe, let's be honest. And yeah, all of these are just like residential houses. This particular slum area, it's not huge. You can see there is the bridge, basically just maybe 200-300 meters away from here. That's like the parallel street. And basically this slum area is squeezed between the street where I'm currently staying and that next one. Finally, guys, I'm witnessing it. Something epic is going to happen right now because the electrician supposedly is going to fix one of the cables or wires. So the point of support of this ladder is basically electricity cable / wire. And yeah, so they're trying to fix it somehow. I'm walking towards the Chinatown, and I ended up at another busy street, which is basically a local market. At the same time, you can see different kinds of fruit which are here for sale. They also sell vegetables like eggs, nuts, drinks. Illumination pillars here are designed in a very interesting way, so they look pretty Chinese apparently. I don't know, look at that, with these kind of dragons. Very interesting design. Yeah, also like fruits, drinks for sale, a lot of jewelries, by the way. Maybe Chinese like it. Yeah, some Chinese souvenirs apparently, ceramics and stuff. I have no idea why, but there is a lot of jewelry stores. Like, what's the point of having them in such amount? Some of the streets are even blocked with these street vendors selling different kinds of things. It's still a mystery to me why in some countries of South and Southeast Asia there is Coke, there are Pepsi, Sprite, but no Fanta. Here they don't have Fanta at all, so it's represented by this Royal. I have no idea what's that. But at the same time, they do have Coke, they do have Pepsi here in the Philippines. So, well, what can I say about Chinatown in Manila? Chinatown is Chinatown everywhere. So, as I initially expected, there were many grocery stores, restaurants of Chinese cuisines, but also a lot of jewelry stores, which is interesting and something which I personally did not expect. Anyway, I've just ordered another bike taxi to go to another district of the Philippines. I will explore one of the dirtiest places of the Philippines capital. Okay, I've just made it to allegedly one of the dirtiest districts of Manila, which is called Smoky Mountain. I don't know much about the history of this place because I discovered it just yesterday randomly with my couch surfing host. He told me about it. So basically it's the place situated around or maybe next to a massive dump, and people who live here, they basically sort trash. So they basically put the trash on fire. Yeah, so even though it's not the very first... Hello! 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 Yeah, this kind of the neighborhood of Smoky Mountain. So as you can see, there is just a lot of trash. Hello! 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 Yeah, well, actually Filipino are friendly people, so hello! Oh, look at this. Apparently this is one of the... Oh, is it the dump? Is it the dump? Oh, there is no access, I see. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Apparently there is no access to that dump, so we can just carry on walking.
Smoky Mountain was once Manila's largest and most infamous landfill, home to thousands of informal settlers who lived by scavenging through the waste for recyclable materials. The landfill itself was officially closed in the 90s and later redeveloped into housing projects, but the surrounding communities still rely on waste picking and informal recycling for survival.
Yeah, the roads here are also very bad, as you can see. This lady barely manages to cross this massive puddle. Hello! Hello! Yeah. Guys here are pretty friendly. Be friendly to Filipina and Filipina will be friendly to you. Oh, here they clearly see some plastic. So here they sorted, yeah, just like a small clothing store. How about pants for 20 pesos, which is basically 30 cents. Jeans for 30 cents. Oh, they also have a residential building here, like a proper high-rise. It's reasonable, it's okay.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up? What's going on here? Hello. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Let's say it was a local gang. Yeah, I really like Filipino people. They're so friendly and open.
Walking through the slums of Manila, you inevitably find yourself in narrow streets where something is happening on every side. Most of the space is taken up by residential houses, but these homes are built from whatever materials people can find. There are small workshops, people washing clothes, selling random items, or even just napping on plastic chairs. You will also see plenty of children and teenagers playing outside. It's no surprise, considering how densely populated these neighborhoods are. Families live close together and spend a lot of time with one another. Despite the harsh conditions, life here is vibrant. You'll come across small bars and cafes where people gather to socialize. And overall, the atmosphere is quite friendly. As long as you stay positive, or at least neutral, you'll find that Filipinos are open and welcoming in return.
Okay, so we are gradually moving further from the railway station, from MRT station, so we are getting deeper into the neighborhoods of Manila. We don't even see a single high-rise here, so all of the buildings are fairly low, like 2 to 3 floors. Yeah, just like very local businesses work here. We just entered the so-called Happy Land. It's basically one of the neighborhoods of Manila.
Happy Land, despite its name, is one of the poorest and mostly densely populated slum areas in Manila. It is located in Tondo, a district known for its extreme poverty and challenging living conditions. The neighborhood is characterized by makeshift homes built from scrap materials, narrow alleyways filled with waste, and poor sanitation. Many residents survive by working in informal jobs, such as scavenging for recyclable materials or selling small goods on the streets.
Hello! Hello! Oops. Yeah, so the idea now is to basically try to reach the coastline, because this neighborhood faces the open water of the ocean, as far as I know. Oh, can you hit the ball? Nice, professional. Cool. Yeah, guys are doing sport basically.
See the sea?
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Can go.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god, I got so deep into these slums. Yeah, so should be alright, I think. Yeah, my only concern is that I can lose the way back. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, so basically people live here as well. This is the way up to reach even more remote parts of this neighborhood. Yeah, it's just basically the ladder. Over here is the territory of the seaport. That's the coastline. And this is the end of this neighborhood. But if you are more attentive, you can notice that even there, just behind the fence of the sea harbor, are same kind of buildings and stills. Hello! Hello! Oh, from Russia.
What?
Russia. You know this country? Yeah. It's very far away. It's north.
What's your name?
North. Ivan.
Ivan?
Yeah.
Ivan?
Yeah.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Ivan.
No, apparently there is no way out, so it's kind of a dead end. But I see that some people use containers. Oh, it's your beach. Oh, it's your beach. Nice, I see. It's also the place where some people live?
No. Yes. House of Guard.
Ah, it's of the guard. Interesting. Yeah, because this is the seaport. It's a beautiful place. Oh, you like it?
This is a boat. Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I see this is the seaport. Yeah, so even though currently I'm just walking one of the streets which is leading to the main road, there's actually the whole system of streets and they also have their names. So it's not entirely chaotic as you can initially think, as someone is doing construction things. Shit is just leaking from the top. No, something tells me that the way out is somewhere nearby. Oh, it's a huge pile of trash. This is insane. Like, this guy is crazy. Look at that. No way he can handle it. Yeah, so what I'm going to do right now is to basically take a random jeepney. Like this. So maybe I can jump in this one. Or maybe not. Yeah, let's see. No idea where he's going, frankly. So, up. One. Thank you. Yeah, so the fare is 13 pesos. So wherever this crazy truck takes us, it's okay. Okay, so I got off the jeepney next to a pretty decent Catholic church. Already closer to the center of Manila. Yeah, so something is going on in this church, but it's going on in Tagalog language, so no idea where it's messa going on, or the prayer, or just preparations for this. But anyway, this is the interior of the church. It looks very nice. There is not so many people, but still some benches are occupied. Okay, you see another street, another market. In this case, it's primarily yeah, so they sell different kinds of clothes and outfits. Due to the fact that this is the weekend, it's basically Saturday, some local markets started working, and yeah, that's why it's very busy. I remember I was in the street yesterday, there was no these things, so they just appeared for the weekend apparently.
Manila is not just chaotic urban development, old districts and slums. The city also has modern areas that look completely different. Among them, Makati and Bonifacio Global City stand out as Manila's business and commercial hubs. Here, you'll find wide roads, well-maintained parks, modern skyscrapers, and shopping centers. These districts are built on entirely different principles, featuring developed infrastructure, green spaces, and public areas. There is no chaos, dirt, or overcrowded streets. On the contrary, everything looks organized, and you can easily imagine living in these areas. This once again proves that Manila is a city of contrasts, where completely different worlds coexist side by side. These contrasts are evident in everything: architecture, quality of life, and the overall atmosphere of different districts. Manila may seem chaotic and even uncomfortable at first, but at the same time, there are places where you feel like you're in a well-developed metropolis. And all of this is a part of one massive city. Manila evokes completely different emotions, and everyone experiences it in their own way. How do you feel about such a contrast-rich metropolis? Share your thoughts in the comments, let's discuss. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new episodes. By the way, on my Patreon page, I share exclusive travel reports with photos and commentaries that I don't publish anywhere else. I also post unique videos that are not available on my YouTube channel. You can support me there. See you in the next episode.